Oh man, I cannot wait to see Rick Tocchet try to reprogram the brain of Matvei Mishkov and totally eliminate the creativity that he has in his game. At the very least, with John Tortorella last year, Torts admitted, up front, yeah, I've lost the battle. I can't do it. I can't control these guys into making them not do Michigan goals and not try to execute their creative plays. Torts acquiesced. He tapped out. He got the 1, 2, 3 on the mat there, baby. But Rick Tocchet? Oh, that's going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see Rick Tocchet absolutely ruin Matvei. Okay, we're not going to say that. I'm sorry. I'm being mean for the sake of being mean here, folks. But Rick Tocchet was indeed hired by the Philadelphia Flyers as their newest head coach, and it looks like he's going to be getting a lot of money and term. Take a look at this. Anthony Sanfilippo went out there and posted this earlier in the morning. Tocchet will be the next head coach of the Flyers, and it sounds like the deal is in the range of 5 years, $25 million total. Oh, he's making $5 million AAV. Rick Tocchet is making more money than Pius Suter was? Bruh. Okay, head coaches be damned. That's impressive. Like, say what you want about Rick Tocchet, the coach, Rick Tocchet, the strategies, Rick Tocchet, the style that he has his teams playing. $25 million? $5 million AAV? He's getting more money than, like, I'd say half the NHL players have played this year. That's crazy, but Rick Tocchet, of course, we had been noting this the entire time this coaching situation search was going on, but he is very, very highly touted. Whether or not that's vindicated, whether or not you think that he deserves to have a reputation as good as he has, he's got it. And I always jump back to that Frank Saravalli quote on Sportsnet 650 from a few weeks ago, saying that there will be upwards of 20-plus teams that want Tocchet, teams that will fire their own head coach to try to get Tocchet in. Maybe that was a bit hyperbolic, but still, it kind of speaks volumes to the reputation that this guy has and the supposed love that folks around the NHL have for this guy in wanting him to coach their teams, despite the fact that he doesn't have a good coaching record, despite the fact that he had one good season with Vancouver and every other season was pretty cheeks. Let's go out there and read the press release on the Philadelphia Flyers website. Because they did post about it. Flyers name Rick Tocchet the head coach. Okay, that's great. Flyers Hall of Famer and captain returns as the 25th head coach in franchise history. The Flyers have named Tocchet the 25th head coach. I am very happy to welcome Rick as our head coach, said Briere. During this process, it became clear that Rick was the absolute right coach to lead our team. He has enjoyed the highest level of success both as a player and a coach. He hasn't enjoyed the highest level of success as a coach. He didn't win a Stanley Cup. But anyways, Rick's ability to teach and understand his players, combined with his passion for winning, brings out the best in young players at different stages of their development, and has earned the respect and confidence of highly talented all-stars and veteran players alike. From the first conversation I had with Rick, it struck me on how deeply he cares about the Philadelphia Flyers, our city, and fans, said Flyers Governor Dan Hilferty. Rick's track record speaks for itself. He has not only been successful at different stages of his career, but he has a way of connecting with his players and staff. I strongly believe that he is the ideal person to unite and lead us towards our ultimate goal of building this team into a perennial contender again. We are thrilled to have Rick lead our team into the future, said President of Hockey Operations Keith Jones. What's impressive about Rick is that players gravitate towards him and develop a strong relationship in the process. There's a genuine trust that he will do everything he can to bring success to the team. Now this is where things get a little bit interesting, because Rick Tocchet speaks out in this written article here. He says, I've always been a Flyer at heart, and have taken that passion and energy that embodies this city and organization with me throughout my career, said Tocchet. I want to thank Briere, Jones, and Hilferty for this honor and opportunity. I couldn't be more excited to lead this team back among the NHL elite, where we belong. We have a lot of work to do and much to accomplish, but I am confident in the direction we are heading and determined to get us there. Bro, this guy was a Flyer at heart when he was the Canucks head coach. Okay, I can't... he won the Jack Adams. He was good last year, and they had a really strong run, so I can't be too upset about that. But it is interesting how Tocchet does immediately say, yeah, I've been a Flyer at heart for life. Oh, man. Okay, that's not exactly what he said, but still. Now, I wanted to dive into some Flyers fans' responses to everything that's gone down, because it's interesting to me that a lot of them don't seem to be too optimistic about this. I mean, let's just go over onto the subreddit here. A lot of folks are saying that they would have just rather promoted Brad Shaw. First round exit is back on the menu, folks. I would have been more excited with Shaw than this, but oh well. Another commenter says, 1 playoff appearance in 9 seasons. Mediocrity across the board otherwise. Sounds about right for Flyers hockey. I hate it. Another comment says, I mean, I don't necessarily think this is the worst decision, but for a front office that keeps on boasting about a new era of orange, they keep making pretty predictable Flyers moves. Playoff hockey and an upset Flyers board, this is going to be a great week. And then you have a big dive into it from Limash898. I'm disappointed. This hire is the symptom of the ongoing major issue. Uninspired, glorifying the heyday, old boys club mentality that has infected the organization for decades now. This was a chance to take a risk. Danny is a younger GM who claims to bring a new mentality and a true plan to Philly's front office, only to pull more of the same. I had hope for Briere as GM, but he's underwhelmed me at every opportunity to do something new. His biggest move is when Mishkov fell into his lap. I was pulling for the WMU coach, not because he was obviously better, but because he was different. He had proven to coach young players up, and could coach the organization's players with a new eye and tactic. Why not take a risk? A flyer on this young coach? Why go with someone whose track record is what it is? They went safe, and in 3 years will fire him, potentially waste key development time, and be right where we are now, with new faces and the same problem. Severely underwhelmed and disappointed in Danny Briere. This has been a pretty big discussion amongst Flyers fans. There aren't anybody that's going out there and saying, oh, I absolutely love it. The best you'll see is folks saying, I'm kind of neutral about it. I don't love it, I don't hate it. This is sort of the sentiment I'm seeing mostly. Another comment here says, the Flyers are idiots. Every person from management to the senior advisor should be fired for getting Tocchet. He doesn't move the needle other than being a former Flyer that played alongside of Bobby Clarke towards the end of Clark's career. The franchise just never learns. So, yeah. Let's just leave it at that. Flyers fans, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But it does seem like, based off of some of these replies, nobody's happy about it. Nobody's doing jumping jacks about it. A lot of folks are ticked off about it. And even more folks are neutral about it. So yeah, maybe it's because it was predictable that folks are getting a little bit frustrated with it, but for now, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Rick Tocchet's acquisition in Philadelphia, and how do you think Flyers fans should be responding to this instead? Do you agree with these opinions here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.